Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the drive block. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it from AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to find that you get a new drive block. The main reason you'd be changing out the drive block is if the little notches have been worn out by the spin tube and it's no longer driving the tub. The first thing we have to do is to remove the control panel. It's usually held in place by two screws. They're located in either the front or the rear of the control panel. Some models have trim covers that you have to lift off to gain access to the screws, and on other models they have spring clips that you have to slip a putty knife underneath to release them. Once you have your screws out, slide the control panel forward about 1/2 inch and lift it back over the back of the machine. With the console out of the way, we have to go ahead and disconnect the lid switch and remove the two retaining spring clips that hold the body to the frame. With a flathead screwdriver, just pry them out. Next, we have to go ahead and remove the body from the frame of the washer. So we have to lift up on the lid and grab the body right here. Put your foot against the body of the machine. Tilt the body back to about 45 degrees and carefully lift it off the washer. Now that you have the cabinet off the washer, you have access to the inside of the machine to change out the part. First thing we have to do is take the hose off. So go ahead and grab your pliers. Slide the clamp back a little bit, pull the hose off. To remove the vacuum brake from the frame, you'll notice that the openings are tapered a little bit to the outside. So just grab the lower portion, flex it out, lift it up, and then pull it down so the upper tabs release. To remove the agitator, we have to first remove the fabric dispenser. Our type just pulls right out. You may have the type that has the lift ring that you have to lift off and then pull it off, and it may have a cap underneath that you have to pry off with a flathead screwdriver. So once you get the fabric dispenser and cap off, we can reach down inside, pull out the dust cap if you have one. Now we have access to the inside of the agitator. We can grab our 7/16 inch socket with a long extension and remove the bolt. If it gets stuck and the lower agitator starts to spin while you're turning the bolt, just reach down inside and hold it so it doesn't move. Once you feel the bolt is free of the threads, you can go ahead and lift it out of the tub. Some models, once you take the agitator off, have the little retaining clip and a plastic piece down in here. So just grab your pliers and pull that off, and then lift the plastic piece off. Now that we have access to the spanner nut, we can go ahead and put our spanner wrench on it, tap it off. We can go ahead and remove the tub cover. It's held in by little locking tabs around the outer circumference of the tub. To release these locking tabs, don't just pull up on them. Otherwise you may damage the tabs. So put your hand above each one, press down on it, and then release it. There's 8 locking tabs that go around the whole tub cover, so make sure you get them all off before you lift it off. So once you make sure you have them all released, we can go ahead and lift the cover off. Now that we have the tub cover off, we can go ahead and lift the inner basket out. With the inner tub removed from the washer, we can tap up the drive block off the shaft. Here's the old drive block next to the new drive block. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you put the new block down on the shaft, make sure that the little cutouts are lined up with the tabs on the shaft. If it's tight, you may have to tap it down with your hammer. Once you have it all the way down, it should be flush with the tabs. Now that we have the drive block in, we can go ahead and lower the inner tub down onto it. Now we can put the drive block nut back on. Go ahead and spin it down and grab your spanner wrench and give it a few whacks with the hammer to tighten it down. Make sure you don't hit the porcelain tub with your hammer, otherwise you'll put a big chip in it. Reinstall the two small pieces that we took off earlier. This stud goes down into the drive block space. And this clip just slides down over the shaft. We're going to reinstall the tub cover. This section right here goes towards the back where the vacuum brake goes. So you want to line up the tabs, press them down, and make sure they go over the locking tabs. To reinstall the vacuum brake, hook the upper mounts into the frame and then snap it down into place and then push the bottom in so it locks. Once you have it in place, we can go ahead and hook our hose back up and move the clamp back up to where it sits on the fitting. Alright, the last thing we have to do is reinstall the agitator assembly and put the fabric dispenser back on in the cap. So go ahead and lower it down into the shaft and grab your bolt with your 7/16 socket with a long extension. Guide it down into the hole and tighten the bolt down. As you're tightening down, if it starts to spin, make sure you grab the lower section and hold it in place. Reinstall your dust cap if you had one. Reinstall the liquid fabric dispenser or cap. Now that we're finished with the repair, we can go ahead and put the cabinet back on the machine. To put the cabinet back on the machine, we do it the same way we took it off. Grab the cabinet, tilt it to a 45-degree angle, and swing it back onto the washing machine. When you're sliding the body back onto the frame, make sure you get the lower lip underneath the frame and then lower it down onto the 4 locking tabs. So just go ahead and hook the clips onto the back panel and with your flathead screwdriver, push them down into place. Reconnect the lid switch. To close up the console, all you do is rotate it forward over the front of the machine. Make sure the locking tabs lock in place. Pull it back about 1/2 inch and replace the screws. Now that you have the machine reassembled, you can go ahead and plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a test spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.